This video chart presentation of Career Education Corp. It's a NASDAQ Global Select stock trading our ticker CECO. Should be able to see right off. It's a classic bottom play. RSI is trying to come out of oversold. Stock's just taken a beating over the last month from up around $4.20 all the way down to $2.50. That was a common support area back in November. The stock closed up on Friday a little over 4%. Decent volume, 1.3 million shares traded. Now I want to keep an eye on this for that support level to stay intact and see if this is going to try and push upward, because it has a pretty nice upside to the first real resistance up around $3.20. You can see we've got the MACD histogram moving back towards zero. Tells us that a bullish cross could be coming of the 12 passing through the 26 EMA of the MACD. Not super tight, but pretty much a classic PPO ADX pinch formation. PPO making its rotation. ADX looks like it's starting to flatten out. Negative DI coming down a little harder. Positive DI making a rotation off the bottom. Pretty nice look for a reversal. Now the MFI, 7 is pulling a little bit away from the 14 and 21. That's always a concern for me. I don't like to see a massive separation. At that point, I do look for a retrace in the 7, because those three components tend not to trend too far away from each other. Now it can move a little bit further and increase that separation, but on the same token, if it does get too far away, look for a pullback. And as long as that support level stays intact, it's not that big of a deal. We can definitely see that there's a shift in buying pressure and people paying a higher price for the stock based on the MFI. Accumulation distribution early on, but looks like it could be trying to find a base. Shaking money flow still down in the red, saying that selling pressure over 20 periods is outweighing buying pressure, but making a sharp rotation with the buying pressure that came in to end last week. CCI making that breakthrough negative 100. That's a sign for bottom feeders to use as a buy point. It would be a hold unless it broke back down through negative 100, but overall starting to put together a nice little uptrend. Full still, just not really getting anything from that at this point. Down in oversold territory. No real momentum in the play according to the full still. But in reality, that isn't too uncommon for a stock that suffered that sort of a fall like CECO has. Trick's a lagging indicator. Typically not going to get anything from that at this point. RSIs, they're also a gauge of momentum like the full still, but they tend to move much more quickly. And what I see there is all three components starting to turn upward, certainly coming out of oversold territory. Again, early on signs, but showing a little bit of momentum is trying to come into play. So with those things in mind, what I look for is that bottom support right there around $2.50. That absolutely must stay intact. Over the 9-month period of this chart, there's no more support in sight. So on any pullbacks, that's a key level for me. Now just a point in case for a pincher play. If it does fall through, what I look for is a PPO to continue to trend back towards zero. The ADX to do kind of an M shape. And on that second pinch, if the PPOs continue to trend upward, then I'd look for a more definitive bottom. This is an initial bounce type of formation, and in the grander scheme of things, I just want to see that PPO continue to trend towards zero. But of course, that just ties in to this bottom support at $2.50. As I mentioned, over 1 million shares traded. Liquidity is not really a problem in this play. And from the resistance side of things, I'd say there's going to be a little bit right there around 275, just based on March. But that's not going to be very strong. I'd look for it to start to pick up near the area of $3 and up to that $3.25 mark. Now it's stock closing at $2.70. That's about a 20% upside to this top end resistance around $3.25, and more than 10% to even challenge this first part around $3.10. So there's a nice little upside potential for a stock that's sitting on a support level. Beyond that, there's going to be some more secondary resistance in through the area of around 360. But I'd certainly look for the top end around 420, 425, where things are really going to heat up and be a difficult point for this chart. But as I always mention, stay near-term focused. Look for the overall reversal to begin. Look for some higher lows and higher highs to be made. And that all starts with the support staying intact, seeing if the trend and momentum indicators can take on a little bit more bullish look, and see how the stock reacts when it gets up near some static resistance, and certainly the dynamic resistance of that 50-day moving average. All in all, though, a good bottom play to start the week with, and one I'll be watching going forward to see how it performs. As always, merely my interpretation of the CECO chart. Thank you for watching, and trade smart.